Bruno Mars, Treasure, 9:52. My guest of the day is Kunal Maria. This is the Corvuss American Academy, a residential school that's going to build the next generation of athletes for India. He is my guest of the day. Tomorrow, Arjun Kapoor is going to be on the show talking about Sandeep or Pinky Farrar. Arjun's turned around and categorically said that he wants to do it on the phone, and we respect that. So he's going to be live at 9, and we're going to call him while he's just lounging in his sofa at home. So that's the story, Morning Glory. And then we wrap for the weekend. Please do listen to Brian Tellis and the Blues Show and Ryan Seacrest, American Top 40. Those shall continue. Just doing a plug on stuff that's coming up on Radio 1. A last leg of conversation with the head of the Corvuss American Academy.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
So let's talk about football. This is a fantastic tie-up with Manchester City. Wow.
Football was a great tie-up with Manchester City football schools. They've really been interested in India for a while, and they're coming in for the first time ever. They're going to be sending a full-time coach to be based in Karjat and training both the boys and girls teams in our program. Their philosophy is amazing, and the more time I spend with them and our team spends with them, the more we learn. For example, one of the biggest things that they've spoken to us about is when they came to India, especially when we have the younger children here, when you're talking of an 11, 12-year-old, in India we have a system, and it works across the sports now when you look at it. We have them training, 5, 6, 7 times a week. Whereas in the UK, when you're being developed, and in the US, when you're developing as an athlete, at that age, you're only training twice or thrice a week. They pay a lot of attention on recovery and giving your body enough time, flexibility, etc. In India, it's a completely flipped model. They're training 5 or 6 times a week when they're 11 and 12. And when they're older, when they're 15, 16, 17, 18, they're training only 2 to 3 times a week because of the academic pressures. So when your body is developing physically and you're supposed to train more, in our system, unfortunately, we're training less. And as a result, the output's not matching up. So that was fantastic with Manchester City, the knowledge and expertise that they're bringing to the table.
Tennis.
And tennis as well. I mean, Scott's phenomenal. He's based out of Florida. Again, a student athlete himself. Went to Indiana University, has been part of the pro circuit, has been involved in tennis for many years. He as well has come into India, run a workshop, and is very, very, interested and is eager to take up the challenge of developing the next generation of tennis athletes. And India, I'm pretty sure, has a fantastic, and you know this better than I do, has a lot of great tennis talent out there.
So, when friends used to come back from Doon or from Scindia or Wellams and things like that, there was always the thing of boarding school food, man. So I have to ask you about the food that's going to be given to the students. And this is, you're talking nutrition to build athletes.
Absolutely. So I think, as I said at the very beginning, it's a boarding school, yes. But what's really important is the value that we place on what happens off the field. While we have these great coaches and our faculty in the classrooms as well as on the field, we have to pay the same amount of attention when a child is not playing the sport on the field or training on the field. They have to take care of their nutrition. We have to be able to analyze and spot injuries. Oftentimes in India, unfortunately, it's like, you have a niggle when you're younger, just run it off. Well, that niggle, when you run it off at a young age, when you grow up and you're playing at a high level, you're going to have a major injury, and that's going to deter your development further. So it's about injury identification. It's about, what are you putting into your body? The nutritional aspect that you brought up is absolutely critical. We have to focus on, we have a full-time nutritionist that's going to be looking into each of the sports and what each of the students have to be eating to ensure that they optimize their performance on the field. When it comes closer to a tournament, for example, what are they eating? How are they hydrating themselves? Only once you monitor all that are you going to maximize the output on the field. Strength and conditioning. We talk about all the training that you do on the field. If you don't have a great strength and conditioning program that supplements what's happening on the field, and the coaches understand that, there's no way an athlete's going to turn out to be the way they need to. And those are the small things, if not looked at the right way, may have a big impact on your eventual success. And that's what, having spent time in the West, having seen student athletes, having been in the classrooms with them, I see the difference. And that's what we're trying to bridge.
Okay, parents will always want to know what the curriculum involves in terms of the subjects that the kids are going to be studying. So let's talk academics for a bit before we sign off.
Great question. I think, just because it's a US curriculum, it doesn't mean anything different. So the main thing is that the core subjects remain the same. Why we are bringing the US curriculum in is because of the way it's taught and the way it integrates academics and sports into the curriculum. So if you're looking at math, science, social studies, English, all of those core subjects are still part of what we offer. We offer the advanced placements. We have international faculty, again, from the US, from overseas coming in to train and be based on campus and educate the children in these subjects. So there's no difference in terms of the subjects that a child chooses in the ICSE system, the SSE system, or for that matter, the CBSE or IB system. It's just the way it's taught. And more so in the US system, which I really find fascinating, is you do not have to drop out of any subjects. You take the subjects throughout, and you take it at the level that you feel proficient to study in. And we have advisors that advise you in terms of your subject choices, that opens up doors into your college placements, etc. So we maximize both your academic as well as your athletic ability, and helping you choose the subjects. The right course combinations is what we would help our student athletes do on campus.
Lovely. Okay, once the pandemic blows over, then I'm sure you'll open doors to people to come into Karjat and actually check out the facilities and have a proper open house on venue. But before that, I know there's a lot of other stuff that you might be planning. How can we find out about that stuff?
So the best way to find out about everything Corvuss American Academy related is through our social media handles, on Instagram Corvuss Academy and on Facebook Corvuss American Academy. We keep having updates on our upcoming camps, upcoming programs, as well as campus visits. So please have a look at our handles and you'll get all the information you need.
Kunal, a great spending a morning with you, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Yeah?
Thank you
Cheers.
so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Up ahead are International Women's Month specials and also music from Jay-Z and Alicia Keys and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We're leading up to 10 a.m. on 94.3 Radio 1.